Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mirka and today I'm going to be talking about 5 mistakes most new lash artists do at the beginning. And we start straight from the beginning, and the first thing what you need to be careful with is the starter kit. I've seen so many people what they've been asking for as cheap starter kit as possible because all they want to do is just to practice. Now this is a big mistake if you just want to practice with something what is not good quality, because you cannot expect something to be good if it's really cheap. I mean, if I just want to buy an adhesive that cost me £20 already, just one adhesive. So if I see starter kits, for example, on Amazon, and they cost £30, you cannot expect that this kit is going to be good for you. And if you practice with the wrong equipment, you cannot expect that you're going to be doing good job. And that's where many artists are doing a mistake, where they think like, oh my god, this is a problem in me, I haven't been trained properly, but in fact you just don't have good equipment. So I give you an example. If you receive this kit and you've got wrong glue, your glue may not be strong enough. If you try to attach lash onto lash, so the lashes won't stick properly, or if you've got glue that dries really slowly, that means that every time you try to separate the lashes, the other lashes stick together and you're going to create stickies. That's because the glue is still wet, which is incorrect. Also with the tweezers are not going to be good quality, because if you try to pick up the lash, you keep losing the lash and the lash can just stay on the strip, and that means that the tweezers are not really good because they don't have good grip. So if you do buy good quality starter kit, then you will improve your work, because you will be practicing with a good quality kit, and like this it's going to give you this security where you're gonna be thinking, oh my god, yes, I can do it. But all you need is a good quality starter kit. So that brings us into step number 2, and that means wrong glue. Many people at the beginning don't understand what kind of glue do they have to purchase. So the glue depends of how quick you are and what kind of lashes you're working with. Also, how far do you want to dip your lash in, because it's different for the individual lashes and it's different for the Russian volume. And this is a mistake right at the beginning. If you are slow, or if you are at the beginning, you are probably, most likely, you're going to be slightly slower than someone who is already for quite a while in the lash industry. That means that you're going to need the glue at the beginning, which is quite slow drying, because if you've got fast drying glue and you pick up the lash, and by the time you drop the lash onto the natural lash, this glue on your extension will dry by the time you drop it onto extension, or you apply it onto natural lash. So if you are a beginner, I would advise to buy a slower drying glue, which means sensitive glue. On the other hand, if you are already for quite a while in the industry and you are working with a sensitive glue or slow drying glue, you may need faster glue, because sometimes if you are too fast and you try to stick the lash onto natural lashes, if you're working really fast, you're going to let go, all the lashes will come together and they close as you would, you know, when you've got them isolated, and you let go, all the lashes come together, and if your glue is still wet, you're going to create stickies. So it's really important that you understand the glue you work with. Mistake number 3 would be misunderstanding the lashes. So I have been training so many people and they just didn't understand at the beginning the lashes. They were thinking, what is 0.10, 0.12 or 0.15? They just couldn't understand what I'm talking about. And there is so many people, what I see, that there is literally really thin natural lash and really short natural lash. And what they do, they are using really thick, long eyelash extension just because their client was asking for really thick, long, glamorous lashes. So you need to understand what kind of lashes you work with and what can you create for your client, and you always have to be honest with her. So when you work with the extensions, it's really recommended to be using 2 to 3 millimeter longer extensions than the natural lash. If your client's lashes are thin, you need to go only slightly thicker with the extension because we do not want to damage natural lash. If you want to know more about individual lashes explanation, I've got an amazing video. I'm going to pop it in the comments. But basically, if your client's natural lashes are 0.10 in a thickness and she was asking for a natural look, I would give her 0.12s, which is slightly thicker than 0.10. If she was asking for a glamorous look, I would give her 0.15 in the extensions because like this, she's going to see slightly thicker, darker look what she asked for. If your client is coming with the lashes that are naturally strong and thick, we most likely working with a thickness of 0.15s on the average. So if she's asking for kind of natural look, I would give her 0.18 in a thickness when it comes to the extension. And if she was asking for a glamorous look, for really nice, glamorous and thick look, I would opt for 0.20 in a thickness. But when I work with 0.20s, I don't just use normal eyelash extension, I am using flat lash. And if you wanna know about flat lashes, I'm going to pop down the video in a comment as well. Step number 4 would be your tweezers. So I see many people are holding their tweezers incorrectly, and I'm going to show you how to hold them correctly. We'll be using our own brand, Beauty by Mirka, and this is the collection of rose gold tweezers. So I like to be using curved and straight tweezers when it comes to individual eyelash extensions. When I see new lash artists, most of the people are holding tweezers like that, as if they just wanted to eat their soup, their meal. So that's not the way you need to hold your tweezers. I am right-handed, so in my right hand I am holding straight tweezers, and this is my domain hand where I'm going to pick up my extension. So the way I'm holding my tweezers is the following, where the tweezers are sitting on top of my hand in here. So it's literally in between the thumb and in between my index finger, and I'm holding my tweezers with my index and middle finger on one side and with my thumb on the other side, as close as possible to my tip, so I've got total control of my tweezers. There are many artists but they holding tweezers quite high up. I would recommend this because like this you're going to find really hard when you try to pick up your extension. So make sure that your fingers are quite nice and low, and like this you've got total control of your grip. When it comes to the curved tweezers, again, another mistake is that people are holding it like that. Guys, you need to hold it over your hand again, and that's I've noticed with so many students they do this mistake. And again, with your thumb you holding your tweezers on one hand, and with your middle finger and the index finger you holding it on the other hand as close to the tip as possible, so you've got total control. When you picking up the lash and you try to drop it onto your isolated lash, which is going to be created with your curved tweezers, so the isolated eyelash needs to sit in between your curved tweezers. Sometimes I need to spread my other two fingers just to get closer onto that area, because if my fingers are sitting quite high up and I try to get into that area where I try to separate the eyelashes, sometimes it's really hard because my hand is high up. So what I do in this case, I always spread my finger, and that's so much easier just to get into this area. Having a good quality tweezers is really, really important. Like I mentioned at the beginning, if you don't have good quality tweezers, that means you will not be able to pick up your extension, and this extension will stay on that sticky tape, and you're going to be thinking that this is your fault, you don't know how to do it, and you give up straight from the beginning without even trying to work with some good quality product. So make sure that you invest into your business. And the last but not least is the incorrect attachment. I see many people are attaching the eyelash extensions really wrong, where the root of the lash, so if you imagine that the lash is basically going this direction. The root of the lash, it's up in the air. So the root of the eyelash needs to be attached to the individual eyelash. So I've got some video. I hope this is going to help you. I'm going to post it. I created it a while ago, but this is really good video. So I'm going to attach it to this video because there are 4 different ways of attaching your extension. So please pay attention on the root of the extension, how I'm actually doing it. When we apply an eyelash extension from the top, all you need to do is to come to your lash and gently attach it from the top. So it's gonna look like this. Okay, so you just literally drop it from the top. When we're talking about extension being attached from the side, all you need to do is this. So you come from the side instead of from the top, okay? So you come from the side and attach it like this. When we're talking about extension being attached by hooked or being hooked, this is how it looks like. So you come from the bottom and you actually hook or wrap that eyelash around like that. Make sure that you push this eyelash to the direction you need. This method is normally used for crinkled lashes. So if the lash will go different direction, you can wrap the extension around and your extension will go to the direction you need it. And the last one is from underneath. So as I showed you already from the top, I'm gonna show you now from the side. So on the top, you would apply eyelash extension like that. That's on the top. But when you come from underneath, all you need to do is to literally come under and attach your eyelash extension from underneath like that. Now you need to be careful because you don't want to be attaching it just like this, where the lashes are separated and creating V look. But all you need to do is to twist your wrist, as you can see now on my video, I'm twisting it. So when you do come close to this lash, all you need to do is just twist your wrist, and like this, lashes will be joined together. So it's gonna look more like this. So I'm just gonna use my glue now. So coming from underneath and do this. I hope this little tutorial helped you. If you do have any questions, please ask me in the comments. You can always contact me on our Instagram. I post so many tutorials on our IGTV. If you do want to subscribe, please feel free to subscribe and let me know by your likes if you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.